Recent events at Columbia University have sent shockwaves through the academic world, raising profound questions about the future of academic freedom in the United States. The detention of student protest leader Mahmoud Khalil and the withdrawal of federal funds from the university have ignited a fierce debate about the permissible limits of dissent on college campuses and the role of government in regulating academic discourse. These incidents are not isolated events, but rather symptomatic of a broader trend of escalating attacks on universities and academic freedom across the United States. From attempts to ban critical race theory in classrooms to legislative efforts to dictate the content of university curricula, there is a growing movement to silence dissenting voices and impose ideological conformity within the hallowed halls of academia. This assault on academic freedom is deeply concerning, not just for the future of American democracy, but also for the global community. American universities have long been regarded as beacons of intellectual inquiry and innovation, attracting the brightest minds from around the world and serving as crucibles for groundbreaking research and scholarship. The erosion of academic freedom in the United States threatens to undermine the very foundations of this intellectual ecosystem, with potentially dire consequences for the advancement of knowledge and the progress of humanity. American universities occupy a position of unparalleled prominence in the global landscape of higher education. They consistently rank among the top universities in the world, attracting a disproportionate share of international students and scholars. Their dominance is not merely a matter of prestige, but also reflects the profound influence of American universities on global discourse and innovation. From Silicon Valley to Wall Street, American universities have played a pivotal role in shaping the technological, economic, and cultural contours of the modern world. The reputation of American universities is built on a foundation of academic excellence, rigorous scholarship, and most importantly, a steadfast commitment to academic freedom. This freedom to pursue knowledge without fear of censorship or reprisal has been instrumental in fostering a climate of intellectual curiosity, critical thinking, and groundbreaking research. The erosion of academic freedom in the United States would not only diminish the standing of American universities, but would also have far-reaching consequences for the global pursuit of knowledge and innovation. The detention of Mahmoud Khalil, a student leader at Columbia University, has become a rallying cry for defenders of academic freedom. Khalil, a vocal critic of Israeli policies, was detained by immigration authorities and threatened with deportation. While the specific charges against Khalil remain unclear, his case has raised concerns that he is being targeted for his political views, setting a dangerous precedent for the suppression of dissent on college campuses. The Khalil case underscores the vulnerability of foreign students and scholars who may face reprisals for expressing views that are deemed controversial or critical of government policies. This chilling effect on free speech could discourage international students and scholars from choosing to study or work in the United States, depriving the country of their valuable contributions. Moreover, the Khalil case highlights the increasing tendency to label dissenting voices as unpatriotic or even dangerous. This conflation of criticism with disloyalty is a dangerous trend that undermines the very principles of free speech and open debate that are essential for a healthy democracy. The withdrawal of federal funds from Columbia University represents a disturbing escalation in the politicization of higher education. This move, widely seen as retaliation for the university's perceived tolerance of anti-Israel sentiment, sets a dangerous precedent for government interference in academic affairs. The principle of university autonomy, the idea that universities should be free from political interference in their academic decisions, is fundamental to the pursuit of knowledge and the preservation of academic freedom. When governments use funding as leverage to dictate the content of research or to punish universities for expressing dissenting views, they undermine the very foundations of academic integrity. The intrusion of politics into academia creates a climate of fear and self-censorship, as professors and researchers may hesitate to pursue controversial topics or to express views that could jeopardize their funding or careers. This chilling effect on academic discourse ultimately harms the pursuit of knowledge and stifles innovation. Section 5. The populist assault on free inquiry. The attacks on academic freedom in the United States are part of a broader global trend of rising populism and authoritarianism. Populist leaders, often fueled by nationalist sentiment and a disdain for intellectual elites, view universities with suspicion, seeing them as bastions of liberalism and elitism that are out of touch with the concerns of the common people. This populist worldview often regards universities as engines of social engineering rather than as institutions dedicated to the pursuit of truth and knowledge. They view academic freedom as a threat to their agendas and seek to impose ideological conformity on universities, transforming them into tools for promoting their own narrow political agendas. The consequences of this populist assault on free inquiry are dire. When universities are no longer able to function as spaces for the free exchange of ideas, they cease to be engines of innovation and critical thinking. Section 6. Stifling the wellspring of innovation. The erosion of academic freedom in the United States has profound implications for the country's long-term economic competitiveness and global leadership. American universities have long been at the forefront of innovation, driving technological advancements and economic growth. The free exchange of ideas, the ability to challenge conventional wisdom, and the freedom to pursue research without ideological constraints have been essential ingredients in this success. When these freedoms are curtailed, the wellspring of innovation dries up, threatening America's position as a global leader in science, technology, and economic progress. Moreover, the assault on academic freedom risks alienating the very individuals who are most essential to America's future, its students. Young people are drawn to universities that are vibrant marketplaces of ideas, where they can engage in open debate and explore a diversity of perspectives. Section 7. The global imperative of academic freedom. The defense of academic freedom is not just an American issue, but a global imperative. The free exchange of ideas transcends national boundaries, and the pursuit of knowledge is a collective human endeavor. When academic freedom is under attack in one country, it diminishes the intellectual freedom of all. The international community has a responsibility to speak out against attempts to silence dissenting voices and to defend the principles of academic freedom and university autonomy. Governments, international organizations, and academic institutions must work together to create a global environment where scholars and students are free to pursue knowledge without fear of reprisal. The erosion of academic freedom in one part of the world can have a ripple effect, emboldening authoritarian regimes and undermining the global pursuit of knowledge. It is therefore in the interest of all nations to defend the principles of academic freedom and to support the institutions that uphold them. Section 8. A cautionary tale for India and the world. The events unfolding in American universities serve as a cautionary tale for democracies around the world, including India. As India strives to establish itself as a global leader in higher education and innovation, it must heed the lessons from the American experience and safeguard the principles of academic freedom. The Indian government has taken steps to promote higher education and to foster innovation. However, it is essential that these efforts be accompanied by a steadfast commitment to protecting academic freedom and university autonomy. The temptation to exert political control over universities, to silence dissenting voices, or to promote a narrow nationalist agenda within academia must be resisted. The true measure of a great nation lies not in its ability to control the flow of ideas, but in its willingness to embrace the messy and often uncomfortable process of open debate and intellectual inquiry. Section 9. Safeguarding the future of free thought. The defense of academic freedom requires a collective effort from all stakeholders. Students must be willing to stand up for their right to express their views without fear of censorship or reprisal. Faculty members must resist attempts to silence dissenting voices and must continue to foster a climate of open inquiry in their classrooms and research. University administrators must defend the principle of university autonomy and resist political pressure to interfere in academic affairs. And governments must recognize that a vibrant and intellectually free academy is not a threat to their authority, but rather an essential ingredient in the long-term health and prosperity of their nations. The stakes are high. The future of free thought, the advancement of knowledge, and the progress of humanity depend on our collective willingness to defend the principles of academic freedom and to protect the institutions that uphold them. The time to act is now, before the tide of intolerance and authoritarianism overwhelms the very foundations of our intellectual freedom.